Welcome everybody to GED Grad Day 2025. We'll wait about 30 seconds for folks to join us. In the meantime, feel free to drop in the chat where you're joining us from, when you earned your GED credential, if you're in the process of getting it, where you are in that process, if you're an adult educator, where you teach, and we'll get started in about 15 seconds. All right, let's get started. Welcome everybody to GED Grad Day 2025. My name is Victoria Velez, and I am the Director of Marketing at GED Testing Service. On behalf of all of the staff at GED and our parent company, Pearson, we want to thank you for joining us today for our virtual commencement ceremony and congratulate the class of 2025. Today, we not only celebrate the grads who've earned their GED in the past year, but we also celebrate and thank all the people who have helped them get to this point. When a child is born, it is often said that it takes a village. But the truth is, most big moments in our lives usually have been accomplished with the support of people who love us and want to see us accomplish great things. And while I acknowledge that not everybody is so lucky to have a support system, it's been really heartwarming to see your post in the GED grad group thanking your support system. So whether you're watching this from your living room with your family and friends, your classroom with your teacher and peers, or on your phone during your lunch break, take a moment to thank the people around you or thank yourself for all you've done to get to this point. And even though we're not all in the same room, imagine all of us standing together in a huge auditorium, applauding each other for this big achievement. Picture the faces of your fellow graduates. Hundreds of stories just like yours, all crossing the finish line today. I'm sure there have been setbacks. You've had doubters. Maybe you've doubted yourself. And maybe even there were times where you thought it wasn't worth continuing your GED journey. But you did, and you did it. And you should be incredibly proud of yourself. Now, I know there are people joining us here today that are currently on their journey to getting their GED. Maybe you've taken one test, maybe you have one test left. Maybe you haven't started your journey at all and you're joining us today to get inspired and take that first step to starting an account. Or maybe you're on the brink of giving up you've taken and passed 3 of the subject tests, and maybe you have math left, you've failed it 4 times, and you just don't know if you want to keep going. But I want to share a story with you with someone who you may be familiar with in hopes that it inspires you to keep going so that next year you join us as a member of the class of 2026. So, before this person became one of the biggest stars in Hollywood, he was a young man whose dreams were crushed. In his early 20s, he dreamed about playing professional football. He played at the University of Miami. He won a national championship, but he didn't get drafted to the NFL. He briefly played for the Canadian Football League, but was cut from the team. And then at 23 years old, he had $7 left in his pocket. He ended up moving back home with his parents. He was broke, depressed, and unsure of what to do next. He said that around that time, he felt like he had failed at life. But then he realized he had a choice: to give up or to start over and build something new. So instead of giving up, he decided to pivot, and he followed in his family's footsteps and entered professional wrestling. It was not an easy road for him, but eventually he became one of the most iconic wrestlers of all time. From there, his career expanded into acting, business, and motivational speaking. Any guesses who I'm talking about? If you guessed The Rock, you are correct. Today, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is one of the most recognizable figures in the world. He runs successful businesses, he has been in blockbuster movies, and he's inspired millions. But it all traces back to that one moment where he almost gave up, but he didn't. So if you feel like you're falling short, you feel like you've already failed, you're not sure if you want to start over or build a new dream, perhaps a pivot is what you need. And my hope is that today's ceremony inspires you to keep going. Now, before we welcome our first speaker, I want to mention that the class of 2025 Wall of Love is now live. The Wall of Love serves as a digital yearbook where family, friends, and educators can submit a video or written message in celebration of your big achievement. Visit GED.com/2025 Wall of Love to submit your shout out or to share your story. And now I'd like to introduce CT Turner, President of GED Testing Service, for some opening remarks.
Hello, I'm CT Turner, President of GED Testing Service. And today I'd like to send a huge congratulations to you, this year's graduates. On behalf of the entire organization, we're proud of you. When I talk to learners across the globe, whether from Boston or Bangkok, from India to Indiana, the thing everyone has in common is resilience. Every one of you should be proud of what you've overcome, whatever challenge has been placed in your way to get here today. You join the ranks of more than 20 million graduates who have gone on to work in every possible industry. Many who have helped shape their communities and the world. Some of your fellow grads have been astronauts, governors, ambassadors, entrepreneurs, world-famous celebrities, and athletes. Class of 2025, take time to celebrate this personal win. Use it as success to fuel your next achievement. You can do great things if you continue to think differently, work hard, overcome obstacles, and forge your own path to success. Again, congratulations on your achievement.
Thank you, CT. And now for our commencement speaker. Today, we are honored to welcome a speaker whose story is a powerful reminder that the challenges we face do not define our limits. Brent Sopel is a former NHL player, a Stanley Cup champion, and the founder of the Brent Sopel Foundation. Throughout his professional hockey career, Brent achieved what many only dreamed of, but what many didn't see was a private struggle he carried with him off the ice. It wasn't until adulthood that Brent was diagnosed with dyslexia, a learning difference that made reading and writing a lifelong challenge. Since then, he's been a fierce advocate for literacy, education, and empowering individuals with learning differences to reach their full potential. Through his foundation, He works tirelessly to ensure that no one feels left behind because of the way that they learn. Brent's journey is about perseverance, resilience, and using your voice to uplift others, values that I know resonate deeply with many of you. Please join me in welcoming your 2025 GED graduate commencement speaker, Brent Sopel.
Welcome, 2025 GED grads. What an amazing day. So happy to be here. My name is Brent Sopel. That's Sopel. I'm Canadian. I was a professional hockey player. You can see my son's jersey is over my shoulder. Welcome, welcome. I'm so excited to be here. Thank Victoria, the GE testing services. What an amazing platform. I'm so honored to be here today. As I said, my name is Brent Sopel. I was a professional hockey player for 18 years. I was born in Canada, grew up in Canada, came to the US, played pro hockey till I was almost 40 years old. And today, I can sit here today and tell you, did I have my high school degree? I do. But does my education take me past grade 8? It doesn't. Why? Because I'm Canadian. They just patch me on, Brent here, Brent go here, Brent just do this. So everybody here today, all the graduates today in 2025, if anybody else is on here watching, thinking about getting your GED, working on getting it, guess what? You guys are ahead of me. Like I said, my education doesn't take me past grade 8. You know, you're going to say I played hockey. You're right. I made millions of dollars. You're right. Guess what? My ex-wife has got all that money now. And when I retired from hockey, I couldn't get a job. Nobody would hire me. I couldn't do a resume. I couldn't do any of that. But you guys did. You guys can. You guys are so much further ahead in life than I am. You know, I always said, God makes us perfect. Our journey is our journey. Has it been easy? Heck no. Been mountains. There's been valleys, just as I have too, right? But the one thing is always be proud of who you are and what you are. There's no book out there that says this is the way it has to be. No. You know, I believe in God. You believe God, whatever, higher power, whatever. He made you perfect. We, each one of us, are very special. And your journey, be proud of that. Be proud of who you are. And the resiliency, it doesn't matter, you know, if you graduate high school or you get your GED at 35, 38, 40. I'm 48 years old and still struggling. You know, I've never read a book in my life. That's right. I've never read a book. But I was a professional athlete. Great. Those days have ended. Am I still trying to find a job? Yeah. Could never find anybody. Couldn't figure out how to do a resume. And I'm dyslexic. So I've got learning disorders. I've got dyslexia. I got dysgraphia. I dyscalculia and ADHD. There's some of us today probably are feeling the same way. You know, we left high school when we did. We work the way we work. That's unique. That's special. That's amazing to who we are, to what we are. Do I learn differently? Heck yeah. But it's okay. I'm proud of that. We all have strengths and weaknesses, right? You know, you're probably getting your journey in GED through your journey. You maybe you're married, you have kids. Doesn't matter. There's no right path. There's no wrong path. It's an amazing path. Life isn't easy. It's a journey. I would say life isn't desperate housewives and white picket fences. Some of you might know that. Some of you might not. No, that's not how this works. There's no such thing as perfect. It's practice. It's being okay where you are today. And that should be on top of the moon. Because you have done this. You have succeeded to places getting this GED that nobody ever thought you would. I shouldn't say nobody. Many people doubted you. And I'm sure at some point in time you doubted yourself, because I know I did. But you can look in the mirror today and say, I did it. You can look over your shoulder, all those people who question who you are and what you're about and what you're going to do, you proved them all wrong. Now continue proving people wrong the rest of their lives. Be proud. And like I said, I've never read a book. Ever. Am I struggling today? Oh, big time. Are you guys, each and every one of you who graduated this year, ahead of me, Brent Sopel, professional hockey player who won a Stanley Cup in 2010 with the Chicago Blackhawks? That's right, you are. You are ahead of me. How do you feel about that? Right? Feel pretty darn good, because you've worked your butts off to get here today. It is amazing. And I am so proud of you guys and each one of you. You know, you're probably questioning, why is a guy who hadn't got his GED up here speaking? And, you know, I want to go back. Am I probably going to go back? No, because of the fear. You guys persevered through that fear, through that trauma. Those are the valleys and peaks. You've persevered today. That's pretty darn awesome. Life isn't easy, right? Be proud of who you are, what you stand for. And every one of us, you got a goal. You can reach that goal. You just reached a goal that you didn't think you'd be able to get to. You did. It doesn't matter when you got there, but you got there. And your journey is specific to you. You are perfect. You're born perfect. You are. You can't be anybody else. Nobody else's journey is yours. Smile. Think about that. Think of all those times where you didn't think you're going to go anywhere and be able to get to this point. Think of all the people that question who you were and what you are. Now you can look back, look in the mirror, put that smile on your face and say, I did it. And I am so proud of you. So proud. And I know parents are, your family members are, but there's only one person that needs to be proud. That's yourself. There's nobody else in this world that spends as much time with yourself than yourself. So love yourself. Look in the mirror and say, I love you. And I did it. I did it. And now there's no limits of where you can go and what you can do. You know, being a professional hockey player, that day ended for me. And what did I need to do? I was lost. I made millions of dollars. Like I said, my ex-wife's got that. I've been homeless. Addicted to drugs. Addicted to alcohol. And you guys are ahead of me. You know, I'm almost 9 years sober. I'm not homeless. I got an amazing wife. But it's been a journey. I'm trying to embrace it. You know, the foundation I do every day is trying to make this world a better place than when I came in. And you guys can do that for yourselves, for your family, for anyone you touch. Somebody says you can't do it, you proved them wrong. The GE services, wow. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for putting this out there. Thank you for creating opportunities to each and every individual that is on here today, that will be on here, past grads, whoever is on here today and will see this. It is something special to say I did it. And each and every single one of you can say you did it. I can't say that. I can't say I read the book. So there's days you question, you can pop on here, you can see my beautiful Canadian face, and say, you know what, I'm ahead of that guy. I'm ahead of that professional athlete. I can do it. I know I can. I've proved it. You did it. And you can continue to do it. There's days that are good. Oh, yeah. There's days that are bad. But you can always come back to this day and said, you know what? I did it. I am worth it. I am special. I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be doing what I want to do. And you continue to do it. Put it up there. Show it. Be proud of it. Because it is a very special accomplishment. I always remember, practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes better. All your hard work has paid off and will continue to pay off for the rest of your lives. This is such an amazing accomplishment. I'm so proud of each and every one of you. Always remember, can't change the past. Can't change the future. You can always change the now. Victoria, GED Testing Services, thank you for having me. Grads 2025. Again, congratulations. I am so proud of each and every one of you. GE Testing Services, thank you for being there for us. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for putting these services together to making us get here today. And your journey is special. You are all special. Again, from Brent Sopel, the Canadian, who still struggles today. I am proud of you. You guys are special, and you did it. Hope to see you. Come across soon. Please reach out. Say hello. I'm always thinking about you guys. Congratulations.
Thank you, Brent, for sharing your amazing story and for reminding us all that we can overcome any obstacle and inspire others along the way. Now for the student speaker portion of our program. We put out a call for student speakers a couple of months ago and received hundreds of submissions. A big thank you to every single one of you who submitted and shared your stories. It was not easy to select our student speakers for the class of 2025. The selection committee ended up choosing 3 speakers, and we are thrilled to have them here today with us, sharing a little bit about their story. Our first speaker earned her GED through GED Works, which is offered through her employer at no cost to her. Please join me in welcoming our first speaker, Kirsten.
Hello, class of 2025. I want to say congratulations on your big success on getting your GED. My name is Kirsten Allred, and I'm 27 years old, and I started my GED journey just when I was 17 years old. I had to drop out due to my epilepsy. When I struggled in school with my epilepsy, it was incredibly challenging for me to focus on my studies. I had to put in 10 times as much effort as other students because of my epilepsy. It affected my ability to retain and remember information. When school became overwhelming, I couldn't remember things. I couldn't complete assignments. And even when I tried, I couldn't remember anything. Went in one ear and right out the other. As a young person, navigating changes and dealing with these challenges can lead to failing grades. I was struggling in math, barely passing every other class, and that led to me dropping out and getting my GED. I initially tried attending GED classes at my local college, and I had to stop for a few years due to financial strain and uncontrollable seizures. When I turned 25, I started working a full-time job. My epilepsy finally stabilized, and I discovered that my job covered not only the cost of college, but GED classes. With newfound courage, I decided to enroll in GED Works. I knew I would face challenges, especially in math. I was determined to overcome them. GED Works offered GED flashcards and workbooks to help me achieve my goal. GED Works accommodated my schedule, and my wonderful advisor, Cassandra, always was there to support me. They provided a flexible schedule that allowed me to balance my work and GED studies, even with my full-time job. I could take tests when I was ready, even though I needed extra help in math, oh my gosh, and didn't pass my pre-math test on my first attempt. I managed to pass it on my second attempt, taking the extra math classes they provided. Finally, I passed my math test and earned my GED. And it was an incredible feeling. I am so grateful for the support and resources that GED Works provided me through my journey. Now that I got my GED, I decided to pursue a bachelor's degree in psychology, focusing on mental health at Southern New Hampshire University. I'm currently an honor roll student. Once I complete my degree in psychology, I hope that I can help people in ways that I once needed help, and I was scared to ask. To those who are struggling to getting their GED, my advice is to take your time. Do not rush the process. Practice makes perfect, and I cannot say that enough. I assure you, as silly as this sounds, those tests will be there when you're ready, no matter how long it takes. And I want to say that I firmly believe in your ability to succeed in getting your GED. GED Works provided me with the hope and knowledge I needed not only for college but also for life. Without GED Works, I would not be where I am today. Neither without the support from my boyfriend, my parents, or from my advisor. Thank you all.
Thank you, Kirsten. And I'm thrilled to hear that you took advantage of the GED Works offering through your employer. And shout out to your advisor, Cassandra, and all of our GED advisors for the unwavering support you show your learners. For those of you unfamiliar with GED Works, it is a benefit program that employers offer to help employees earn their GED credential at no cost to them. If you're interested in learning more or finding out which employers offer GED Works, you can visit GED.com/GED Works program to learn more. Speaking of GED Works, here is a short video from a few of our partner companies congratulating their employees on earning their GED credential.
Congrats to all the Taco Bell GED graduates. Your hard work and passion does not go unnoticed. You did it! We're so excited to see all of your continued success.
Congratulations to all of our GED graduates at Chili's and Maggiano's. You've set such a great example of what's possible through our Best UEDU program, and I know that your accomplishments are going to motivate so many team members and teammates throughout our brands. Congratulations and well done. We're so proud of you.
Hey GED graduates, KFC Foundation here, wanting to take the opportunity to give you all a shout out for earning your GED credential this year.
And now for our next speaker, GED grad Diego.
Hello, my name is Diego, and it is my pleasure to be sharing my story, my experience, and my speech about getting to my GED. I've always seen myself as a major procrastinator, and I've always seen that as always a setback for myself. I'm always working, always doing something, taking in some form of media, always doing something with my hands. When it came to finishing schoolwork, I was waiting until the last second, and for a while I thought my diploma was out of reach. Because I was at a point in my life where life came first and I couldn't stay on track. But eventually, I took a deep breath. And a big step back. I found my own setting. I grew up and I found my own place. And I brought back all the potential that I was carrying at school and applied it towards getting my GED, towards furthering my education, towards building myself. At my own pace, at my own setting, I did truly feel like I could focus on getting one thing done at a time. Getting my GED has brought my confidence back to myself, and now I can continue to use that to further my education in communications. And I just know that if you ever thought that you could do it, then I already know you're more than halfway there. Thank you, GED. You're my favorite piece of paper.
Thank you, Diego. And for our final speaker, we have an international grad who joins us from China, where she attended a Korean international school, but later dropped out to earn her GED credential. Please join me in welcoming GED international grad, Grace.
Hello, my name is Grace Cho. I'm 16 years old and I was born in Los Angeles, California. I moved abroad to China right after I graduated from elementary school in the US. For my middle school years, I attended a Korean international school in China. The school followed a Korean educational system, which was not quite aligned with my goal to go to the college in the US. Therefore, I decided to drop out of school and get my GED. I started homeschooling last year after I finished 8th grade in the Korean international school. Not only did I have to relearn middle school in English, but I also had to learn the high school curriculum too. During that year, I focused on strengthening my foundations in math and English specifically, which really helped when preparing for the GED and other tests. I began studying specifically for the GED at the start of 2025. While I enjoyed subjects like social studies and math, I found science to be the most challenging. Science has always been a tougher subject for me, but I used my study methods to get through it. Also, unfortunately, I didn't have much time to study. I had planned to take my GED test in February, which was literally at that time 1 to 2 months away from where I was, while also preparing for 6 AP tests in May. So I had to plan my GED studies efficiently. After many trials and errors during last year and this year too, I was finally able to understand my own study method that were right for me. So I recommend trying a variety of study methods that is compatible with you, if possible. One of my personal favorite study method is switching between using a planner and just randomly studying what I feel like. Even though consistent work effort is important, I also believe having days where your brain works with no plan is just as important. I tend to get burnt out real easily, so I need days where my brain works in spontaneous energy. Right after earning my GED in February, I applied for Wheaton College in Illinois. I got admitted, and this fall of 2025, I am excited to say I am going to attend as a freshman in the economics major. In the long run, though, my dream is to become a judge that understands the people and economy. So I currently plan to use my college studies in economics to further expand my knowledge in the overall society. Plus, I really do enjoy studying economics in general. 5 years ago, I would have never imagined that I would be taking the GED from a high school diploma. I know some people may believe that studying at home and not at school is an unfavorable path often looked down upon and deemed as different. Honestly, I also thought this was an unfavorable path, influencing lack of socialization and real-life experience for high schoolers like myself. However, I had no choice but to start studying at home because of family circumstances. And regardless of how much I had disliked the idea, I realized that this was one of the best choices I have made in my life up until now. I realized that taking a different path than others is often the best option, and not to let societal views influence my journey. Don't get me wrong though, I enjoy school environments and working with others, but studying by myself allowed me to get a better grasp of my life and my inner self. I was able to grow in my own ways and develop self-discipline, which I know will help me for the next step of my life. At first, I thought studying alone and not following the traditional route would ruin my future, but instead I needed that extra push at that time to get to where I am today. Although the GED may not work for everyone, I still recommend trying to learn more about it to see how it might help you. If you want to go for it, it's best to just trust in yourself and just go for it. Finally, and in conclusion, I believe that the mindset is what's most important in achieving a goal. If you're mentally or physically tired, take a break. Or if you think you're a little slower than everyone in life, that's okay. You can just go at your own pace. Everyone has their own different path, and I realized that it was okay too. I hope that everyone, including myself, don't lose to this harsh world and strive on. Well, this is Grace Cho, and congrats on everyone who have passed the test, and good luck to everyone who is in the process.
Thank you, Grace, for your inspiring speech, and congrats on your college acceptance. I love when you said not to let societal views influence your journey. I think too often we let others influence our decision instead of doing what's best for us. So thank you for reminding us that a different path can often lead us to the best places. That is it for our student speaker portion of the program. Thank you to Kirsten, Diego, and Grace for representing the class of 2025. And now, before we wrap up, here is our closing video honoring the class of 2025.
This diploma isn't just about academic, it's about recovery, redemption, and growth. It's a reminder that no matter how far gone you think you are, it's never too late to start over.
My GED gave me the freedom to chase big goals like a computer science degree and a private pilot license.
So now I'm chasing my dream with law enforcement in San Antonio College.
Getting my GED gave me a source of confidence that I needed. It gave me a better job.
Up next is the associate's degree RN program. We on the way.
Now I'm looking forward to attending this spring Los Angeles City College with the major of psychology.
And believe in yourself and have a goal. Now I'm in Hostos Community College, taking a radiology degree.
I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I'm very proud of myself.
My GED let me get a full-time job with benefits, and now I'm looking at going back to school for management to climb the ladder.
My GED let me enroll in college to earn my degree in business management.
I'm working in healthcare as a certified phlebotomy technician and medical assistant here in Frisco, Texas. And this was only possible because of my GED graduation.
It wasn't just about a diploma, it was about proving myself that I could overcome challenges and keep moving forward.
My GED let me apply for a higher paying job.
I want to be a teacher.
And now I'm on my way to the top to conquer everything else I thought I'd never be able to do. Yay!
I wanted to become a medical administrative assistant. I just wanted to be in the field, period. And I finally got in.
Took my GED because I want to pursue my nursing career. I want to further my education.
I know this is just the beginning of everything that's still ahead.
I'm dreaming to do the university.
Continuing my education has been one of the best decisions I've made.
Just keep going. If I could do it, you can too.
I planned on continuing my CNA, my medical coding.
I think that it was challenging and scary, and the only way to get through it is to just dive right in.
I am so happy that I can now step forward into HVAC classes. I am so happy and thankful that I have a partner. Her name is Jasmine, for helping me with all this. And I am so happy that I have a family that stood behind me in support. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, GED.
I want to thank my family members and friends that is here to celebrate this achievement with me today. Thank you all so much. I'm so proud of myself, and I'm so honored to have you all here to celebrate this moment.
All right, that concludes our ceremony for today. Thank you all so much for joining us, and I hope you'll join us again next year. Have a wonderful weekend, and congrats again to the class of 2025. You did it. Bye.